Welcome back, everyone, to another explainer. Think about the countless hours of sheer human effort that go into building out our modern digital ecosystems. It's massive, right? But how do we actually measure that effort? And maybe more importantly, what happens to all that hard work once it's submitted into the vast void of a digital network? Well, today we're unpacking a truly paradigm-shifting concept from Codatta. It's a system that's literally designed to completely rethink how we value work in the age of artificial intelligence. We're going to challenge some of those deeply ingrained traditional notions of work, reward, and long-term value. Okay, let's dive into this.
Section 1. Beyond basic compensation. Let's just start by setting the baseline expectation in today's technological ecosystem.
We're talking about three very specific roles that construct, fuel, and secure the systems we rely on literally every single day. We have builders, contributors, and stakers. And just to clarify, stakers are the folks who lock up their own resources to secure and validate the network. These people aren't just passive users clicking around. They're active agents pouring their time, their energy, and their resources into these complex networks. Because their roles are so fundamentally crucial to the architecture of these systems, understanding their core motivations is absolutely key. Which brings us to a really pivotal question. Are people only looking for compensation? I mean, for decades, work meant you did a job, you got paid, and boom, the transaction was over. Actually, scratch that. It was more like a closed loop. You're done. But considering the massive scale of what's being built today, is that actually still true? This completely challenges that strictly transactional view of work. It sparks a genuine curiosity. Because if it's not just about the paycheck anymore, what is it that modern creators actually desire? And this brilliantly illustrates the exact paradigm shift we're talking about. We are moving away from that old standard of finite solitary compensation. Today's contributors, they're motivated by a powerful triad of deeper desires. They want visibility, participation, and proof. It's pushing us toward a much richer, multifaceted understanding of human motivation. It's not that compensation doesn't matter. Obviously it does. It's just that it's no longer the whole story. Section 2, what contributors really want. Let's actually unpack what those deeper desires look like in practice. So, beyond a basic paycheck, modern creators fundamentally want their efforts to be seen. They definitely don't want to toil away in the shadows. They want their contributions recognized by the network. That's visibility. Furthermore, they want active involvement in what they build. That's participation. They want a seat at the table, They want to be part of the ongoing journey of the system, rather than just acting as some temporary vendor who hands over a product and just walks away. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it frames that third desire. It's a very specific kind of proof that the value they created still has a place in the system. This speaks to a profound, deep-seated human need for lasting relevance. When a contributor puts something out into a digital space, they want the reassurance that their specific footprint hasn't just been swallowed whole and forgotten. They want to know it remains intact and relevant within the larger architecture. Section 3, the AI disappearance problem. So, what happens when we introduce artificial intelligence into this whole mix? I want you to consider this exact quote. AI becomes more interesting when contributions do not disappear after submission. Think about that word for a second. Disappear. It's in direct opposition to the entire concept of persistence we've been discussing. Right now, in so many systems, human input goes in, the machine learns from it, and then the human's individual contribution simply vanishes into a black box. It just disappears. The entire landscape of AI becomes fundamentally more interesting when we actually stop that disappearance. The work continues, creating value. I am repeating this because it is such a powerful, singular concept to really anchor onto. The work continues creating value. The reality is, the effort you submit doesn't just stop mattering the moment you hit enter. It isn't a dead end. Long after the initial submission, that work is still active. It's still fueling the system, and it is still creating value. And hey, if the work is still creating value, the connection to the person who actually did the work absolutely shouldn't just evaporate. Section 4, the Codatta solution. This is where we look at how to actually prevent this disappearance and make contributions permanent. Let's move to and see how this builds a completely new framework. Codatta essentially aligns each mechanic with a permanent status. Your attribution, it stays attached. Your ownership, it persists. And your upside remains connected. This literally guarantees that the link between the creator and the creation is never severed. It's completely rewriting the transactional nature of the digital economy as we know it.
Section 5. the 3 pillars of persistence. We are getting to the core of it now. So, the crucial point is, if we want to move beyond mere compensation and build systems that are truly interesting and fair, we absolutely must embrace this rule of 3. 1. Attribution stays attached. Your identity and your digital fingerprint do not get wiped away. 2. Ownership persists. You don't just hand over the keys and walk away, your stake in what you built actually remains. And 3. Upside remains connected to contribution. As the work continues creating value over time, your benefit from that work continues right alongside it. These 3 pillars rhythmically reinforce Codatta's foundational promises of permanence.
And that leaves us with this final provocative thought. I really want you to look at your own role in the digital ecosystem right now. Are your contributions disappearing into a black box, or does your upside remain securely connected to your work? The future undoubtedly belongs to systems where value persists. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next explainer.